My water bottle. Or keep that over there away from the computer. And you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kayla.
I'm Amy.
I'm Carmen.
And this is Affording Lolita. Yay! Yeah! Alright, so I guess we're just going to start because we came a little bit late. So first of all, maybe you're here because you have no idea what Lolita is. I hope that's not the case. However, that could be the case. So first of all, Lolita is actually a fashion style that started in Japan and is based on the Victorian period, and also the Rococo period, which you don't really see as much these days, but a lot of older stuff has the nice longer sleeves that you would see in that time period, like 1600s or whatever. Lolita actually, the biggest thing I'm going to say right off the bat that I always have to clarify, you guys can wear whatever you want, 1000%, and I encourage wearing whatever you want as I'm here in a big poofy dress. But to be referred to as Lolita, there's a few specific rule sets that actually make it Lolita. That doesn't mean that you can't throw this together however you want and wear whatever you want, but it won't be Lolita. So, when it is Lolita, there are very specific rules to follow, which we'll get into. And the actual word Lolita can be used to describe the fashion style or the person. So, I'm a Lolita wearing Lolita. Yay! Okay, so here are the rules. The biggest rule, with about 2 exceptions which we will discuss, is that the silhouette is achieved with a nice full petticoat or A-line petticoat. It's literally the most important thing ever, so if you're kind of getting into Lolita, realize you're going to have to buy one of those, and I don't mean like a cheap costume store one, because it won't do anything for you. I know the Western word for Lolita kind of gives a very different meaning, but Lolita really is about modesty. You don't want to be showing cleavage, you don't want to be showing too much leg, too much arm, anything like that. It's supposed to be very, very modest, which is always strange when you look at Hot Topic dresses and they're like, this is Lolita, and it's just spilling out everywhere. That's not Lolita. You normally will cover your legs with either tights or over the knee socks too, so then you're not showing too much. It's a lot of balance, a lot of covering and a lot of balance. And yeah, sleeves pretty much always happen. At least, at the absolute least sleeve you'll see is a slight cap sleeve, but there will be sleeves. I've done this again in a while. Speaking of which, a lot of people seem to think this is Lolita. That's cool. That's not. Alice in Wonderland costumes are awesome, and yes, Lolita does very much look what the original Alice in Wonderland looked like. However, an Alice costume, not quite Lolita, and what Hot Topic refers to as a Lolita dress, and yes, if you type in Lolita dress, that is what pops up, and that is from Hot Topic.
Can anyone guess why these dresses do not constitute as Lolita?
Yeah.
If I may. Well, first off, there's a bit too much leg, of course. And, well, it's not exactly a cap sleeve. You can see more arm than need be. And if I really wanted to get into it, there's no gloves. It loses its modesty and becomes much more revolved around sex.
Yeah, these are very sexy. That would be the biggest thing. The sleeves are actually fine and you don't really need to wear gloves. Way too much leg, not enough skirt. The skirt is nowhere near long enough. And they kind of look awesome. But also very cheap.
Well, we don't have petticoats.
Exactly. That's right. Rule number 1. But it's not a cosplay or a costume. On the other page, we did mention that you can wear Lolita, and a lot of people do cosplays that are Lolita inspired, but it's not a cosplay or costume, and it actually is one of those things that if you go up to Lolita and you're like, I love your cosplay, they're going to be very nice to you, but inside they're dying a little inside. This is my life. That's if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt, someone's like, oh, your teenager cosplay is awesome. That's kind of how we feel. So just a few little adjectives we threw together just to more clarify what we've been talking about. It's very elegant, ladylike, cute, sweet, innocent. You can make those. But it's just very proper. And it's not supposed to be sexy. It's not supposed to show too much skin. Definitely not costume. It's not age play. I don't think that that's really much of a concern anymore. I don't think a lot of people really mix it in with age play as much as it seems to be anymore, even in the real world. But a lot of people in the real world, this is not the real world, this is a better place. A lot of people in the real world are like, oh, you're dressed up like a baby or a baby doll or a kid. I don't have a little boob. Yeah, well, a little bit question you have here is, how do I afford Lolita? Well, I'm not going to give you like a magical secret that's going to make money fall from the sky or like brand dresses fall from the sky, but I'm going to help you like really plan, figure out where to get the best deals, and to really like make sure that you're building a wardrobe that you're really going to love and not waste money on things that you're not going to wear. So, planning a wardrobe in a manner that saves you money in the end. We're going to first discuss the types of pieces. We'll get there in a minute, but once again, if you're going to wear Lolita, you're going to need a petticoat. A petticoat. Anyway, so there are blouses and cutsos that are normally worn underneath. A blouse is a blouse. It is legitimately what we think of as a blouse. A cutso is kind of like a t-shirt material, and it's the fact that it's very easy to put together. It's not quite a t-shirt, but it's a cutesy, like comfortable piece. And then there's also pieces to cover up to keep it a little bit more modest, or if it's cold, and boleros and cardigans we have too, so that's not important. These are important. Jumper skirt. So any sleeveless dress, like what I'm wearing, is considered a jumper skirt, that you definitely need to wear a blouse underneath. And in the summer, sometimes people wear like just a light cardigan on top. As long as you're covering your arms, that actually does help. I know that sounds bizarre, but that does actually help. One-piece dresses are literally one piece, throw it on, boom, done. My personal opinion is that a jumper skirt is one of the best pieces you can have because it is a full dress, but also a little versatile in the sense that you can wear a short sleeve blouse, and when it gets a little bit warmer, and when it gets colder, you can put a long sleeve blouse and like layer on. One-piece dress is actually literally the easiest thing though. You buy that and you're pretty much set. There are also skirts. We know what skirts are, but the skirts reach around the knee length. All of the lengths of anything, a dress, a jumper skirt, or a skirt, reaches around the knee length. And you'll see them will fit the full petticoat shape. Salad pets are actually something that doesn't really fit into Lolita. It is made by Lolita brands, and a lot of Lolitas wear them as well. But since it doesn't quite fit the shape, it's one of those like pieces. There's our good friend Mr. Petticoat. That actually is a classical puppets petticoat, which we'll discuss about later, and that's really an awesome one. Underneath that too, you're gonna wear bloomers. I'm gonna tell you why. Either bloomers or shirts. I'm gonna tell you why. Walking down the street, wind blows. What happens to a big full skirt? Do you want everyone to see everything? You do not. You hopefully do not. So cover up those. All right, shoes and socks. What are shoes and socks? Normally, you'll actually be wearing like a Mary Jane style shoe. Those are rocking horse shoes that are shown in the picture. So like kind of more elegant shoes. You're not going to throw together tennis shoes with this. Please, dear God, please don't do that. I want some water, so Tana.
Okay. Hair pieces are typically very versatile. You can wear a head bow, which is basically a giant bow on a headband kind of looking thing, or just like I have a hair piece that's just a flower on a headband. Like you can wear clips, you can just have your hair like kind of pulled back, or it's very easy for hair pieces. You can get them at Forever 21, Claire's.
And you definitely want to wear a hairpiece too because of the balance. If you have nothing on your hair, it kind of
Looks very plain.
it feels wrong. Oh, there are more pictures of those shoes. So yeah, Mary Jane shoes, boots. Boots are actually quite nice. Not like, I don't know, big furry boots, but ones that kind of fit in a little bit better. Lace-up ones are great. Those are some awesome shoes. Those are socks. Normally socks are about over the knee length, or sometimes you see short socks. That's one of those things that you really have to balance more with. So if you're getting into Lolita, I don't really recommend starting with this. Over the knee socks are great, or tights. I'm sure we all have tights. If not, you're missing out.